Want to argue about something? Sure. All right, Donkey, what is it? They should revert combat. You don't mean that. You have to actually mean it, bro. Okay. And why do you feel that way? My cat could walk across the keyboard and accidentally get GM timers. Yeah, that's easily arguable. I think there's more incentive to actually do a rotation now than before. So revolution is less effective now than before. So randomly button mashing isn't as good as it was beforehand. But yeah, you have increased damage. So I can argue with that easily, actually, Donkey. The most prestigious thing in the game, even higher than trim, is to have GM on this game. Like, that is the highest level of achievement that a PVMer can have. Range upkeep is bad for irons. Well, the fact that you're already talking about range is kind of sad, bro. Because range is already unplayable for Ironman. So range should never be the meta spec. Because the upkeep of it is ridiculous. And not satisfying to play. If ranged became meta, that would just be very annoying. BSAs are dog water. What is BSA? Are those the best arrows? Because I thought it was like god arrows. I don't know shit about range, by the way. I'm not going to do bosses on range. Upkeep is ridiculous. Range is specifically a mainscape combat style. And that's fine. It can be in the game. But I just don't think the game should be meta off of it because of irons. I do think that. You don't need range to get GM. I know, yeah. Which I don't know if you know anything about Hairline and Taro, but that shit is a bitch to make. And then after they did the modification, right? So they nerfed the ammo consumption. Okay, this is after they nerfed the ammo consumption. Someone in my guild said this morning I have used 45,000 arrows bossing today. 45,000 in a day. Think about that, bro. Game isn't balanced around irons. Range upkeep for irons is still bad. Well, no, it's not. You can play everything, every other, like mage is fine. Mage melee is like meta, and you can play it very fine. But then again, shouldn't be balanced around irons. I agree. I mean, actually, do I agree with that? No, I think this game should be intended. That's like a morality problem. See, I'm the opposite. Not only would I never pay for an achievement like that, but I don't even want to get offered that shit for free. Yeah, I don't think anyone's pissed off about it. I think if anyone's pissed off about it, it's a very small amount of people. Pretty much everybody's happy. It was a fantastic change. I think maybe the only people that aren't happy about it are people that like to play Necro. Nah, it was good in actually every way possible. Half of your friends list has quit. I'll be honest, Donkey, I think getting in new players is better than high-end people quitting. I think that strongly, to be honest. I think a lot of the reasons why high-end people listen. This is a good take. A lot of the reasons why high-end people are unhappy, or if they are unhappy, is because they have to relearn and they put thousands of hours practicing shit with a certain way, and now everything is different. Whereas new players are learning it for the first time the way it is now. So it's like perfect opportunity. I would be upset too if I fucking spent a bajillion hours doing combat and practicing every boss with certain rotations, and now literally everything's fucking different. Or they feel like their achievements are invalidated. They feel like their achievements are invalidated because everything is easier to get now. Which, that's a story of RuneScape. Honestly, that's newbie, bro. You want to talk about noobs? Let me tell you something about newbie. If you play RuneScape and you don't realize the fact that things will get progressively easier over time, that's newbie. Because if you have played this game as long as I have, you always know that everything in this game gets progressively easier over time as updates get released. But then they introduce new things that become hard. So yeah, the Grandmaster Virago achievement will get easier and easier and easier. But then they're going to come out with new combat achievements that will be harder. So Honestly, those are the noobs. Those are the noobs, are the people that don't realize that. This guy's a pro. I never call myself a pro. Elitism doesn't necessarily mean being malicious. But I don't really care, personally. In the top 1.1%, not a pro. I would say that I'm good, though. My main and WoW. It depends what season. My all-time I played was a Warlock, but I've gotten title. So usually I'd qualify for title on multiple accounts per season. So I played Warlock, Hunter, Mage, every spec of Mage, every spec of Warlock. I've gotten title on one season. I tanked my final season, which no, we're not. We couldn't find a healer, so I just quit for Marvel Rivals. I don't know what I ended, but that was my last season. So a lot of shit. I played a lot of shit. Mainly range DPS, and then I converted to tank. Marvel Rivals, yeah. But I learned at one point that eventually people won't play with you unless you're playing meta, right? And like people would play. I was the number 2 Warlock, and they like a lot of people would still play with me because I was like so good at Warlock, but like I still wasn't like a mage, you know. So I ended up like, you know, swapping. RS3 Slave, yeah, it's a better game, to be honest. I don't know. Character progression in RuneScape just feels more satisfying. And which name do you have the most of the time? Bro, I always name change, man. Probably, fuck, my mage was Thizok for a good amount of time. And then at some point I even name changed my DK to Thizok. And then I think his name is Thizok DK now. I have no idea, bro. It was season 2 Shadowlands. Yeah, I think it's on YouTube actually. I don't know if I can find the video. It wasn't my YouTube video. I want to see this. You have the video now. You could probably look it up though. I've never actually even watched it. I know it's on YouTube though somewhere. Probably look up season 2 Shadowlands, Necrotic Wake or Plaguefall. Should be with a prop pally, Arms Warrior, my boy, Tankin, and Weed Eater the Windwalker. I don't remember his name. That's the problem. He wasn't a close friend of mine. Why are you looking for it? Bro, it's not that hard. Yeah, I got it right here. So this is my paladin. Let's see what I ended. So I was 30th when I quit. Bro, what is this? What am I looking at? Oh, I name changed him too, didn't I? Yeah, it's every season, bro. On 2 accounts, I'm top 20 generally most of the time. I don't know where I end at. It's usually generally when I quit. But yeah, I got entitled on fucking all the classes, bro. I'll be right back. Man, your POV, what does that mean? My POV for what? The video? I have no idea. I wasn't streaming it. I think there is a clip on my stream from a long time ago when I played Warlock. I streamed for like 2 weeks, and then my computer was like pretty ass, so I didn't continue streaming.